Good morning and welcome to the 2020-2021 class registration process. This is the time of the year you will choose the classes you plan to take next year. This is a very important part of your high school career and should be taken seriously and with great thought. You are receiving a registration packet in class today. In-depth information about the registration process can also be found on the school's website. Let's look at the registration timeline. Teachers are currently entering their recommendations into PowerSchool. Starting February 20th and going through the first week of March, the counselors will be meeting with all of the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen to discuss class selections for next year. After you meet with your counselor, you can then enter your classes into PowerSchool. You will have until March 6th to enter your classes. You will need to know your PowerSchool login information to enter your classes. Your classes can also be entered through your parents' account, but it's better if you will work on entering your classes through your PowerSchool account. Also, entering classes will work better if you use a desktop or laptop. Often the PowerSchool phone app does not work well for entering class selections. Here are some guidelines for selecting your classes. You must choose 8 primary classes and 4 alternates. Primary classes are the main classes you want to take. Alternate classes are the classes you would not mind taking if your primary classes become full or do not work in your schedule. This is very important. Make sure that you will be content with any combination of classes you select, primaries as well as alternates. Changing your classes once you receive your schedule in the fall is not always possible. Many of you are very busy both in and out of school, so considering your overall class load is important. It's good to challenge yourself, but don't overwhelm yourself. When choosing your classes, make sure to first be aware of your graduation requirements. The counselors check this for you, but please ask questions if you are unsure of anything. Next, you should consider your abilities, interests, and goals for life after high school. What are your goals? Make class selections based on these goals. When choosing a class, make sure you know what you will be learning in the class. Do not choose a class based on what you have heard or the opinions of your friends. Choosing blindly often leads to a student being scheduled to take a class that they have no interest in taking, and often that student's schedule cannot be changed. Let's look at the classes that require a few more steps to select. The first are classes that require an application. They are listed here. Each of these teachers can only have a certain number of students in their class. So if you have an interest in these classes, please see the teacher listed for an application if you have not already done so. Many of the classes in the arts require auditions for the upper level classes. Be sure to learn about the audition process for these classes. Application and audition classes will be found in PowerSchool under the Electives by Permission category. You may go ahead and register for classes that require an application or audition, but if you are not selected for these classes, you will be placed in one or more of your alternates. Make sure to follow through with any classes that require an application or audition. Here's your registration to-do list. Use PowerSchool to view recommendations, talk with your teachers about their recommendations, review graduation requirements, review the class list, talk to your parents, and after you meet with your counselor, enter your classes into PowerSchool. You are not registered for classes until you put the classes into PowerSchool. It is your responsibility to enter your classes by March the 6th. Let's now look at the registration packet you received today in class. The items in your packet include a registration timeline, a to-do list, graduation requirements, a class list, a class sequence recommendation chart, an AP class chart, and other important tips. Each of you will be meeting with your assigned counselor starting February 20th and going through the first week of March. In this meeting, you will receive a transcript, a graduation checklist, and a course list to complete. These meetings will take place in the Media Center. You will receive a pass from your first period teacher. It will be helpful if you can come to your meeting with your counselor with some idea of the classes you wish to take and any questions you may have. Thank you for your attention during this presentation. Choosing the most appropriate classes for you is a key step in you having a successful and productive high school career.